Well, hey everybody, I thought I'd make a video. I know it's been a while since I put one out, and really hadn't been wanting to put one out unless I had something, good or important to say. I hate to use important to say, but I learned something and I wanted to pass it forward. So I've had a battery bank that's been acting up. It was working great. It's a wet battery bank. I keep it out in my shop. I use golf cart batteries. They're wet. You add water to them. So I've had them for about 5 years. I've added distilled water over the time when it boils off. And this last time I added distilled water and the battery bank wasn't working as good. So I deduced things were working great till I added the water. So got reading online, and the internet engineers discovered a product. And this is what I discovered. I don't know if you can see it. It's called desulfator. You can buy it on Amazon, eBay, and a couple other stores. And what it's supposed to do, you add it to the battery, and it's supposed to clean everything up and give it new life. All the great reviews I read. Well, I'm in my 50s. It ain't the first time I've been lied to. I'll leave it at that. It didn't work. It's snake oil. The reviews that I read, I think, are fake. And people didn't understand what was really going on with their batteries anyway. I think that they were having bad batteries and topped them off more or less with water, and the battery started acting better. Lo and behold, it's a miracle. Not really. So it just didn't work, and I got researching more, and I couldn't find what I was looking for. I kind of had my mind made up. And the reason I had my mind made up is, one, the batteries to replace them are going to cost me over $1,000. Thanks, Brandon. So with that, I started researching more and fell down a rabbit hole. But I remember as a kid when I used to ride my dirt bike, I'd go to the motorcycle shop and they had batteries that you could buy that were dry. You bought a powder, added water to it, mixed it up, and you had battery acid. And I said, why can't I add battery acid to these batteries? Oh gosh, you'll kill yourself. Oh, it's bad. It'll explode. Everything I read was just gloom and doom. Well, I found a product, and I'll pause right here. Now I'll come back to it. That picture I just showed you is where I bought it on eBay. And I'll put a link in the description. And it works. Now, how I had to make it work, it's made for a certain battery. So what I had to do was open that jug up and pour it in a clear, clean container to transfer it to the batteries. Okay, well that sounds easy enough. Well, the reason I'm doing a talking video and not a showing video is because I'm now convinced post-COVID that the world has gone stupid, and I'm not going to show you how to open a battery cap up and pour very corrosive liquid into something. If you can't figure that out on your own, this video is not for you, and I ain't showing you how to hurt yourself. You can't hurt yourself. So before I go on another explanation of what I did and how it worked and the results, I want to show you some tools, and you got to have tools, right? So the first thing you need, and I'm going to be Safety Sam, you need some safety glasses, because this stuff, you're putting battery acid in a battery. It's very bad. So I want to go to this tool here in a minute, but you need rubber gloves, and these aren't dishwashing gloves. These are industrial gloves that go all the way up to your wrist. You have to have these. This stuff will eat you alive. You want really bad work clothes. Guarantee you're going to get some on you and you're going to put a hole in your clothes. Alright, that's it. So let's go back to the battery. So what I did, I bought a gauge. It's called a hydrometer. And you can't see it. And you'll notice this stuff's in a plastic bag. It's because it's been in acid. I don't want to touch it. But you'll stick this in the battery, squeeze the bulb, the acid will come up in here, and it's even color coded for dummies. Red, blue, and green. Well, red's bad, green's good, right? So when I tested my batteries, some were in the blue, right on the cusp of being red, showing fair. That's about right. My batteries were okay. They would hold a charge, but they wouldn't go all night now. I used to go days without any sun on them, and now, almost like right before the sun came out, the batteries would cut off. I've got a battery cutoff on mine that cuts my battery bank off at 2.3 volts. I do not want it going below 50%. I cut the batteries off. So my batteries weren't as good as they used to be. So I tested them and the acid was low. Lo and behold. So then the next tool you need is just this. It's for a battery filler. You can pour water into these then fill it. I don't do that. I take this and stick it in there, suck it up, and then bring it over to the battery and fill it up. So the trick I did, you'll look at your plates and you'll drain that acid down right to the top of the plates. Well, here's another reason. I'll talk about the plates. Here's another reason I went ahead and added fresh acid to them. I've got a desulfator that's hitting that battery bank. It pops those batteries and keeps the plates clean. Also, my charge controller off my solar panels also hits those batteries and keeps the plates clean. I look down in the battery, those plates look brand new. There's nothing wrong with them. In batteries, it's, if you took any science in class, middle school or high school, it's a chemistry problem. The acid makes off the juice off the batteries, it creates the acid, everything starts boiling, everything starts working. Lo and behold, you've got electron flow, you've got electricity, it's DC. So I was like, man, I just need to add the acid. So back at the ranch, I took it down right to the battery plate and filled it back up with new acid. So the product that I'm going to link, I'm not sponsored, it takes one of those tubes of acid to do one golf cart battery. So have it, order it. Also, I over-ordered this time. I didn't have enough to finish the project. This time I'm keeping some on hand. Now every time that I put distilled water in a battery, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to test it first to see the acid level. If it's low on the acid level, I'm going to put new fresh battery acid in it. I've gotten 5 years off these golf cart batteries. I know now. I don't know why they won't last another 2 years. Batteries are supposed to last 5 to 7 years. I'm at the bottom of 5. I know I can probably get to 7. And I have a feeling I'm going to go past that if I keep those plates clean. So back at the ranch one more time. This is snake oil. It doesn't work. If you've got a low acid levels, you need acid. Okay, so back to the internet engineers. Something I got disheartened reading. They said, well, if you just add distilled water, you're taking care of your acid problem. Think about this: if you have a bowl of water that you're boiling on the stove and it's salt water and it goes and all the water's gone after boiling and you have salt. When you add water back, you've got salt water. That's the same as battery acid. That's the dumbest stuff I've ever read. Yeah, it's salt water, but it's weakened down. That stuff evaporates out. Get real. It's not how it works. It may not be, it's not fresh water, but it's not going to be as strong as it was. You added more water to it. That's a duh moment. So that's the theory that I've gone with my battery bank, and I'll say this, it's not a theory. I know what I just did worked. It saved me over $1,000 of having to go to Battery Plus, and the way things are right now in inflation, anything you can do to save money, you better figure a way out to do it. It's not going to get any better. You can expect this for material shortages and high material prices to be the new deal. It's the way it's going to be. So, that said, this is the little episode on how to save your battery bank, and I got a quick rant. Sorry, if you just want to watch about battery banks, you can probably turn the video off right now. A lot of you know that I film from East Tennessee. That's where I'm born and raised. And again, where I'm going with this, I find it funny. We got a ton of people moving here. Right now, the reason I'm videoing, I'm iced in. I can't get out of the driveway, cold weather. The low this morning was 6 degrees. And I love hearing how people are going to move here because of the good weather. Oh, I just got so cold being up north and being cold. Well, guess what? It gets cold here too. And when I go to the hardware store, I hear them complaining about it. All I got to say about that is I wish you'd move home. Tennessee's full. We've got enough of you. You're driving the prices up. Your traffic is getting worse. Our roads are going to crap because of all y'all moving in here. You're not contributing to our economy. You're not contributing to our schools. It's time for you to go home. If you want to move somewhere, go to Florida. You want that good weather, go down there. They'd love to have you. So that said, appreciate you watching. Take care. God bless.